everybody, what's up? How's it going? Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Welcome. This is Sean. I do sneakers, I do travel, and everything in between. You read the title. You know what's going on here. We're going to talk about how to make a good impression on your first date by understanding the sneakers that you shouldn't wear. Before we go forward, I'd like to say thank you if you're already part of the gang. Thanks for your subscription, thanks for always watching and being here, and thanks for supporting me all throughout these months. If you're new to the channel, thank you, consider subscribing, you might like it here. And to express my gratitude, we're giving away 3 sneakers, alright? 3 sneakers, brand new, in your size. Check the mechanics at the description, they're all in there. Good luck. Okay, back to the topic. How do you make a good first impression on your first date with sneakers? By understanding what sneakers you should avoid. Alright, let's cover the basics first before we get to the sneakers, because there's more important stuff than sneakers when it comes to first dates, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to interviews, when it comes to jobs. Let's cover those first. Let's set the stage first. Let's establish a setting here so we're all on the same wavelength. We all understand what we're visualizing here on a first date, because first dates can happen at the beach, they can happen at a carnival. Alright, so just for the sake of conversation, our first date here is happening in a nice restaurant, okay? Number 1, be on time. That isn't even a rule. That shouldn't be in here in the first place, because it's the first thing about meeting people. Be on time. Get there at the agreed time. If your dinner is at 7, be there 6:30, 6:45. Just be early. Doesn't matter if she or he arrives before you, but if you get there before the agreed upon time, then that's good. If you are late, you would spend the first 5 minutes of meeting the person apologizing and explaining. And that doesn't include the texts or the IMs while you're sitting in your car in traffic, and you would have apologized already, right? You would have informed the person that, hey, I'm gonna be late. You've said sorry 10 times on your phone, and when you get there, you're gonna spend the first 5 minutes apologizing. It's not a good start. Number 2, you have to be confident. This involves eye contact. This involves voice tone and body language, you know. Confidence is different from arrogance, so you have to establish that line between confidence and arrogance. Number 3, grooming. Alright, brush your teeth, check your breath, shave if that's your thing. It's important to be presentable. It's important to be yourself, right? But it's just as important to make an effort to look presentable. Alright, you have to smell good too. Super important. The 4th rule / advice on how to make a good impression on your first date is to know your date beforehand. Yes, guys, this is the simplest thing in the world because of social media. Go get on her social media, go get on his social media. Look at pictures. Understand what he or she likes. It's gonna be pretty obvious, and you know, before this first date you would have chatted, you would have exchanged social media accounts already, and more or less you understand what the other person likes or dislikes, right? Do not stalk, but get to that level of understanding of what the person likes. It's important because it creates great conversation, it facilitates for a better conversation, and what are you gonna do on your first date? You're gonna talk, you're gonna get to know each other. And if you understand a little bit about the other person, that's going to go a long way. And number 5, how to make a good impression on your first date. Pay attention to what you're wearing. Alright? As I've said, and I'm going to say this the 2nd time, maybe the 3rd time, it's important to be yourself, but it's just as important to make an effort to be presentable. Alright? So press your shirt, iron your pants. If it's a fancy restaurant you're going to, understand the dress code, look at your closet, pick out some of the nicest clothes you have. It doesn't have to be over the top, but pick clothes that are nice and presentable and comfortable as well. This, my friends, is over the top. Look at that. I'm wearing a tie. We got a black coat on, nice dress shirt. The shirt is nice, but if you put a tie on it and you wear a black coat over it, it becomes a little too formal. right? You don't want to look like the hotel manager, and it's just a first date. You gotta make an effort, but don't get over the top, right? And please don't wear shades, okay? Tone it down a little bit. It can look a little something like this. This is a much better look, more appropriate, more relaxed. I'm wearing a lighter coat. I'm wearing a t-shirt underneath. You can pair this with dark jeans, and the best thing about this outfit is that you can wear sneakers with the outfit. That being said, I'm now going to give you 3 sneakers. The sneakers you need to avoid if you want to make a good impression on your first date. Beaters. Don't wear your beaters on your first date. Please, if you can help it, don't wear your beaters, alright? What I have here are my Chuck Taylors. I want to give you an example of beaters, but these aren't really my beaters. You know, I just have so many sneakers, I don't get to beat one pair enough. So bad that I get to call them beaters, but you get the idea, right? They're pretty clean. If you only have one pair of sneakers and you want to wear sneakers because it goes with your overall vibe and your overall outfit, and those sneakers look like beaters, at least clean them, right? But if you have multiple pairs, don't wear your beaters. Okay, number 2, sandals. I know, we're talking about sneakers, but why am I including sandals in the don'ts? Isn't that obvious? Hear me out. Look at these babies over here. Some people consider these sandals, these Crocs, some people consider these as sneakers because they're closed right here in front. But guys, these are sandals, okay? If you're meeting your date at the beach or elsewhere outdoors, all right, go ahead. If you look presentable, if you think you can rock Crocs, go ahead. But if the setting is at a restaurant, it's a dinner date, you want to make a good first impression, no to Crocs, no to sandals, all right? By the way, if you're asking if this is my pair, yes it is. And the third and last sneaker that you should avoid if you want to make a good impression on your first date is your dead stock, super white, super brand new crease magnet sneaker. Why? Because the tendency here is that you're not going to pay attention to your date, and all night you're just going to worry about your sneakers, alright? Now, we're kind of having a little fun here already at this point in the video. That's a little extreme, right? That's an extreme case, but I'll show you what I mean. I have a good example of a sneaker that I haven't used. I haven't unds'd this pair yet. It's a, these are my Concords. That's a good example. Excuse me. I hate white sneakers because I don't want to get them dirty. And white sneakers, they get dirty no matter what you do. That's what happens to white sneakers. They get dirty and they no longer go back to their old, pure, pristine white color. Alright, so that's the reality you have to deal with white sneakers. Right? And the mud guard on these 11s, they're a crease magnet. And I don't like old looking sneakers, and that's what's gonna happen, right? These released last year, I haven't worn them. I don't know how or where to wear them. Help me out, guys. All right. There you have it. That was fun, wasn't it? Interesting conversation. I loved it. I had fun doing it. I'd like to remind you guys, you may have the dopest sneakers, you can smell good, you can be on time, but if your attitude is trash, if your personality is trash, it's useless. To the ladies watching out there, if you agree with me, let me know. It's not about the shoes, it's not about the car, it's about the personality. And to the guys out there, my brothers, go get the girl. Remember, your value as a person is not measured by what's on your feet. Be kind. That's more important than sneakers. I'll see you next time.